Hello and welcome to another day of crazy. Hello, Justia, how are you? And Julianne in Canada, and Dom, and without a lawyer, and Elsbel, and I'm just looking on my other screen to see who else. Oh, that's a nice background. How did that one get there? And Tracy, short order cook. Who else was here? And Julie. Hello and welcome. Name. Are they the people that I've forgotten? Hello, Bo. How are you? Hello, Laura. I've just started. Joey's spinning. I know. It's been one of those days. This is what lockdown does to you. All I've done today is followed poppy seeds around in YouTube channels. Hello, Shelley R. This was funny that wherever I've gone, Poppy's gone. We're both in lockdown in different states, and we're just watching the same stuff. Poor Poppy. Oh. Hello, Laurie. How are you? So, I got a phone call today to say that I can go see a ear doctor, an ENT, ear, nose and throat specialist next Thursday. Oh, you're in Queensland, just here. Nice. And so that's good. I can go next Thursday. Downside is it's going to cost me $200, but that's okay. If it means I'm going to have answers for my ear, you need a chart for KJ. Somebody, I was spying on Poppy. I know, yeah. I was following her around. It was funny because she was commenting. I wasn't commenting, so I was just messaging her saying, "Hey, you're in that chat." So it's been another bit of a crazy day. Somebody counted up her tweets and said there was like 135 tweets today. Is that normal? Out of interest, is that normal to have 135 tweets? I know. I was typing to her on Discord. We stand Poppy though. Yeah, we follow her around. Laura says, no, it's not. It's crazy. Poppy was great in K's, just saying she had great points. Yeah. No, it's not normal. No. Oh, it's been crazy. But she keeps calling out different people's names. So, because poor Sue M from Australia's got dragged into it. How? Because she's been named she was a mod for EKC at one point in time. Bowie's frazzled but good for final hours of tournament in June's journey. My team is playing cat and mouse with two other teams to stay in position to promote the second highest division. Wow. Shelley says, are you serious? 135. What a way to spend a Sunday. And she did an hour live stream on Instagram. Everyone stalked Poppy Seeds. Oh, is that how many tweets you had? Look, I haven't verified it. It's just that was a number somebody had said, and I went, well, if you're going to count them, I'll believe you. But there was a lot. But I do have her. I do have her account here. So in my weekly subscriber count, I lost 25 this last week. I started last Monday. I had 1941. And today I've got 1916. KJ, you need just throwing garbage at the wall and seeing what sticks. I think so. That's my impression, Will. Oh, no problem, Laurie. No problem.
Yeah, I hope so, Susan, because I've lost 45 subs in 3 weeks. I've been losing, yeah, I've been just losing lots and lots of subs, and it was actually, I've been tracking it every Monday, and I've just decided that I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I've even, today, I'm in lockdown, so I've got things to do, and I've even working out what videos it is. It tells you which videos you lose subs in. I actually lost a sub during the church service on Sunday, which I thought was quite amusing. Which I thought was quite amusing. Someone didn't like church. All right. Anyway. But I mean, if you're unsubbing for one video, I think that says more about you than anything else, in my opinion. So, she needs to leave it to the FBI. Is it because, look, I don't know, totally clueless. It could be some of that. It could be I have had a few messages to say because I won't take sides, because I'm not siding with certain creators. I'm not picking sides, so I'm staying in the middle. So I've had that thrown at me, and I don't care. I'm not picking sides. I want the FBI to do it. Hi, Diamond Health, Crystal Arts. How's your lockdown going? Find it with that when people are reaching the 90s, the numbers take. Yeah, I know. It's really bizarre, isn't it? So I've had some people talk to me and tell me about stuff. So they want me to take sides with certain creators. I don't support any of the bullying. I don't support in any of the doxing. I don't support in any of that. But I'm not going to either pick one creator over another, because I watch a whole variety of different creators, and some are on different times. So I'm not picking sides, and I'm trying to look at the whole situation with an open mind. And I really want the FBI or whoever's investigating, the investigators, to do their job without hindrance, and that's really what I'm doing. So, but yeah, so that's part of the reason why, because there's been one creator who's unsubbed from me, and a whole pile of their supporters have gone too. But that's okay. That's fine. But yeah, I just don't know. I support everybody. You know, if you mess up, I'll call you out. If you do something stupid, I'll call you out. I'll speak about it, you know, like the politicians. That's why I continue to watch you do. You're not on the side. The whole thing has gotten so ugly. It has. I have a couple who I absolutely love. I think they can do no wrong. Well, let me tell you, we all mess up at some point in time, and we're all going to. So I hate to burst a little bubble, Osbel. Hey, Gail, how are you? So that little UK, I can't think of her name, Kate Hopkins, she got shown the door. She got deported today. They couldn't get rid of her. They couldn't get rid of her quick enough. She was on the next flight out of here. So that was good news today. Princess Jack says we don't want her back. Good on you for you. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was told that if I didn't pick a side, I'd lose subs, and I just went okay. So, and I have, and that's just what. So, yeah. So, Dom, do you want to post your channel? Dom's got a video that he's uploading. Kate Hopkins, some UK person that they let into the country for Celebrity Big Brother. Don't we have enough B-class celebrities that we can shove in a house for like a while? Why do we have to get them from overseas? I can give you a list of
In fact, why don't we just stick all the politicians in there? In the Big Brother house. Hello, Mr. Obvious. So that's what I reckon. Put all the politicians in Celebrity Big Brother. See how they like it. Well, I'd rather have quality over quantity, to be perfectly honest with you. And yeah, so let's start on some of the content because I've been chatting for a little bit now. But that's okay, you know. So, we have to watch the new Friendly Geordies video too. I know the thing is, Osbel, I wouldn't tell you. I won't ever do that to anybody. So, someone says discussions today across Ozpol about a certain New South Wales politician's daughter allegedly bragging online about breaking COVID-19 health orders. Not just twice, but for a third time. They've done it 3 times. She's done it 3 times. She's done it 3 times. Is this possibly the image that is the centre of the growing scandal? Let's have a look at the image. Round 3, let's go. Is that a Twitter? Is that like a message? That looks like that's a text message. Round 3, let's go. Did she text her father, round 3, let's go? Surely she didn't do that. And he says, are you serious? John Barilaro's daughter appears to be bragging about potentially breaking COVID laws for a third time after cops refused to fine her for a border breach and after New South Wales Police described her as helpful and apologetic. I hope that she hasn't done that. And Friendly Geordies has tagged Brad Hazard. This is the thing. If our politicians can't do the right thing, don't forget, Barnaby got done for fined for not wearing his mask in the petrol station. So there you go. It looks like she's bragging. And remember, Barilaro's talking about the fact that it's private business because it's his daughter. So let me pull up, first of all, if you haven't checked out Plan to Create, she's done. Yes, I heard that that's Plan to Create's channel, the one I've just put in there. Check her out. I was just watching her video before I had to come on. Yes, and the removalist fans the removalists are using the Bart Simpson line of defence. It wasn't me. We didn't understand that yet. Our English wasn't good to understand. We had to wear a mask. Really? Really? You gotta do better than that. Oh, really? But the thing is, how can they? So they've got COVID, Laura, and they're still going to open up. Daft. Yes, I saw an article about it that she died. It's been confirmed that she did die. I don't know what she died of, but it just said the mother of the removalists had died. So let me just show. This is Friendly Geordies today. He released another video. I would recommend you go out and watch it, but we're going to just quickly. Yes, trigger happy. We're just talking about that.
Yeah. I hadn't heard what she died of. So so Friendly Geordies is not missing an opportunity here. I'm hoping that he has actually had his lawyer. Oh, they said on the news she had COVID. Okay. So probably one of the sons gave it to her, right? Assumedly. I'm assuming he's passed this by his lawyer, but he's gone off guns blazing. He is going guns blazing. That's right, Trigger Happy. I'm happy to rediscuss topics. I'm happy to have 4 topics at once. Well, I don't think the UK should be opening up now because they've got they've got all these new cases happening. Delta strain is horrible. New South Wales has just had a 5th death from it. So, and apparently Dr. Chant rang up Dr. Sutton to get some advice. And he told her to lock down hard and fast.
And your chance, Australia, you could have voted for a government that, is a government, but no, you had to get your use from Peter Overton. And as a result, you get Delta COVID. I hope you're happy. Was it worth knowing where Sydney's cheapest petrol is by a margin of 2 cents?
So you can tell he's going to have a dig at the government here. The UK is going to be an absolute disaster, says Trigger Happy.
Never guess, it's from a petrol station called Budget Petrol. Good night, Australia. You probably already know this story, but we just need to gloat as this really is the essence of the channel boiled down into a headline, isn't it? Scott Morrison sucks, Kevin runs mad. Just to give you a quick background, Australia, as you...
Right. It's like Boris has given up. It's going to be our fault, yeah. Well, it's like the New South Wales Premier blaming all the people in New South Wales. I'm hoping this will overwhelm the NHS so they can privatise it. That wouldn't surprise me. Right, that's so you've got Dom's channel and you've got Plan to Create's channel in there. So make sure you go and like this video because I did. So this is Friendly Geordies. But as I said, I think, yeah, but anyway, here.
Usual underlives is at the top of the ladder when it comes to the most vital health criteria, which is Tarakash pants orders, but at the bottom when it comes to rolling out vaccinations. Now, I'm no doctor. I'm a doctor of beats. But I'm not a medical doctor. However, I think the reason that we have a 7% rollout might have something to do with the fact that Scott Morrison seems to have bought our entire vaccination supply off of whether it pumps up Dave Sharma's share portfolio, not if it causes blood clots.
Hey, Poppy Seeds, we were talking about you before. Apparently everyone's standing you and following you around, including myself, in channels.
I'm sorry, I thought the MP at the end of my name stood for my portfolio. But it's also for the same reason we're at the bottom of virtually every OECD ranking, because the Liberals looked at the first world medical infrastructure in this country, the technological, logistical and bureaucratic triumph that is the Australian medical system. That system that makes you look at northern Uzbekistani hospitals and think, oh, suck shit. Entire programs specifically designed to roll out vaccines. The Australian healthcare system does it every year with the flu shot, and yet the Liberals turned around and said, hey.
Because we love Poppy, says Will. There you go. They've all been standing you, Poppy. I think somebody commented before about your yes, he does sound like that all the time. I think there are a couple of comments before about your comments in Kay's stream too, as well.
I know someone who could do a better job than someone whose job it is to do exactly this. My personal mate. They gave the vaccine contract to a private company. They privatised the rollout, giving the contract to companies who don't even do this thing. It's like thinking, we need a road built. I know, let's call Kraft. It boggles my mind. Every time you think surely a government, regardless of the party, at some point will prioritise its citizens over its donors. Once we get to, say, having a future that looks like India's, but no, even then, yeah, that's okay. I love curries. In fact, it's
Hello, lost my cookie. How are you? Should I rewind to the start? Well, you can if you want. Poppy Seeds is the voice of reason in some lives. I just loved it in Kay's stream where she's going, I'm an attorney. When everyone's saying, but if Nat wants to be there, and Poppy's going, but if Nat's attorney said not to talk, she shouldn't talk. I'm an attorney. And it's like, okay.
Australia not to plunge us to the level of India because, as we all know, this nation's priorities go mateship, then public health. So given that that's the government we have to work with, a government that so instinctually favours the oligarchy that it's kind of like one of those ancient servants that wipes its master's ass for 50 years until one day he turns around and says, it's kind of weird. Despite the fact that the oligarchs of Australia are worth tens of billions of dollars, they still have immune systems, and so prominent expats of the business community went to Kevin Rudd in desperation. Look who's come crawling back to old Kev Daddy. Pretty much saying,
it's actually quite a funny video without a lawyer. Oh, you mean that was funny when Poppy Seed says that she was an attorney, or the video is funny without a lawyer? Oh.
Hey, I don't know if you know this, Kevin. This might come as a shock to you, but Scott Morrison's incompetent. He completely botched the negotiations. Can you have a chat to the CEO of Pfizer? I'm sure ScoMo has, but things seem to be moving at a snail's pace. Well, it turns out Scott Morrison hadn't. Surprise, surprise. He'd only spoken to the Australian representative of Pfizer. Well, why go to Disney World when we have a perfectly good BHP water park right here? BHP.
Kev Daddy, I cracked up when I heard that, yeah. You can tell he's anti-government though, can't you?
Water Park. Of course it's in Perth. BHP Water Park. Now with our newest ride, the ACO Experience. Whoop, almost got us. Yep, no, survey taxi hit. Then Kevin Rudd really showing up just how incompetent.
Yes, I agree without a lawyer. Hello, John Fox. How are you? Reminds you of another YouTuber called Up Is Not Jump in their sense of dark humour. Some person asked me if I was conscious while they were cheering some random busybody, convincing that was in a safe space to be interrogated. I was in awe.
But the entire Australian government is he mustered all of his superior foreign affairs minister training to pick up the phone. A always, B, C.
I love that. He used all of his foreign minister training to pick up the phone.
Be closing, C cucks. Always be closing, cucks. He talked to the CEO of Pfizer. He even tells Scott Morrison that he talked to the CEO of Pfizer. To which ScoMo says, yeah, thanks for doing that, mate. I'm just really swamped here at the moment. All he does is tell the CEO about how dire the situation in Australia is, which I'm sure he doesn't know about, seeing as he has to get a vaccination out to the entire planet. He says, oh, okay, let me make some calls. Wouldn't you know it, Pfizer gets fast-tracked to Australia. Let's just slot that into the bigger picture. At the beginning of this pandemic, the Liberals f***ed up the lockdown, then they turned to Labor and said, oh, what do we do? And so former Labor Minister Greg Combay designed JobKeeper for them. That gave them a massive boost in the polls. They then f***ed up the
Did you know that Greg Combay you demanded she went? Did you know that Greg Combay designed JobKeeper? Because I didn't know that.
Again, because they can't get past this one point that just because someone gives you money doesn't mean they're qualified. So again, a former Labor minister says, f*** it, I'll just do your job. At which point, Scott Morrison steps in and does his job. The Liberals then turn around and say, oh, no, Rudd didn't have anything to do with the contract negotiations. Look, here's a letter from Pfizer. He didn't have anything to do with it. But you know who else says that he had nothing to do with the contract negotiations? Kevin Rudd. Here's a quote from his spokesman. Listen to this clap back. Mr. Rudd would definitely not seek to associate himself with the Australian government's comprehensively botched vaccine procurement program. How's it?
I love that line. That line was the highlight of that press release from Kevin Rudd.
It was that. I feel like some member of a 90s audience sitcom reading that. But to bring it back, this isn't about who negotiated the contract. This is about the most basic of leadership duties that Kevin Rudd took up because the Libs have left that much of a vacuum, that you have to call on a guy that hasn't been Prime Minister for 8 years to talk to a CEO, and as soon as he does, just by coincidence, Pfizer gets fast-tracked. This story is just another glaringly obvious example.
Well, I think they said 1 million vaccines have arrived today. So now they're being distributed to all the states. So finally, another 1 million.
Well, just how scarily incompetent the people running this country are. Put aside the corruption, put aside the willful neglect of public health and safety. They don't even think of doing something as basic as saying, let me speak to the manager. Now we're going to go to a poll. Ready? This is going to be a very telling one, very revealing, especially with this audience. Like this video if you think Kevin Rudd was a better Prime Minister than Scott Morrison. Subscribe too if you haven't. Get my stand-up show at friendlyjordies.com and check out my friend's rap. It's called Grand Theft Liberal. Laugh and learn, kids. Please share and comment below.
All right, that was it. So what do you reckon about that one? Do we need to start doing an overview of what's misrepresented? I enjoy him now. I confess I never watched FJ before. Yeah. Well, as I said, he's going in hard and fast. I mean, he's mentioned corruption again in that video. And and get my second jab, then I will be another one fully done. Yeah. Was spot on as always. Well, he probably, I mean, he's done it a little bit. Oh, you're recording now? Okay, cool. Just as good the second time round, says Bo. Hello, Jenna Sweet Tea. Cool. So South Australia has put on restrictions. They're essentially got a lockdown that you don't call a lockdown. So, oh, really? 1 million a month? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just heard 1 million. So I don't know what that is. So South Australia's had 3 cases today. So they've gone into a lockdown that's not a lockdown. And remember that those removalists went from New South Wales to Victoria to South Australia. So it's only natural that they would have positive cases too. And, of course, one of our positive cases went to the football where there is 75,000 people. And another one went to the rugby was it the rugby? Where there was another 30,000 people. So, well, if you're calling out the government, you generally will do the government in power. So the Greens and Labor aren't in power. So. I cheated on winning that they do healthcare workers. That's funny. I did predict a whole country lockdown, Gail. I did predict that. And I also said the New South Wales one was not going to be 2 weeks or whatever it was. I said it was going to be a lot longer. So, yes, so far my... Well, see, that's a really horrible thing, short order cook. I don't know why they're not doing that. Because, well, Victoria just lowered the age and just set up vaccination sites everywhere. I'm the lockdown expert. I'm the lockdown queen. I've decided to call myself the lockdown queen. I have to, yeah, I mean, we're in day what? So we've been told today that we won't be out of lockdown tomorrow. So it's supposed to end midnight tomorrow. We've been told we're not going to get out of it. So that is going to be interesting. So the prediction is probably Friday, but I reckon it'll be another week and a half. That's what I think. Anyway, that's just, again, my prediction. Because they're still trying to track down the 70,000 people that were at the football. So states near me are closing back down. Well, see, I heard that LA's struggling at the moment. I was reading somewhere that some parts of the US are closing down again. So it's this Delta strain. They just cut. Once it gets out in the community, and Singapore, who said that you had to learn to live with it, and they were going to treat it like the flu, have boarding restrictions as well because of the Delta strain. So every country is struggling with it. Look at Japan, South Korea, the Asian countries. It's Myanmar. It's running through Myanmar at the moment. Well, not yet without a lawyer. You've had some, though. This Delta strain is like nothing we've seen before. Well, 12 hours ago, the ABC reported that 100,000 Pfizer vaccine doses arrived in Perth. Yes, the relative of the removalist, yes, died, passed away. Yeah, it will be around for. I'm hoping that this is the last variant. I'm really hoping that that's the last variant because then we can get a top. But even the vaccines they're producing now, the ones that they're trying to get us to vaccinate, there's issues with how effective it is. Well, a fifth person died in New South Wales today. So because of the Delta strain. So I am a person that would rather be locked up and protect the community than be out there and having people die from it. That's just my thing. France is in a right state at the moment, protests against compulsory. South Africa's in a mess as well. $25 deaths and 48,000 cases reported yesterday. See, that's what we don't want. That's what we don't want. And I think the little bits of Delta variant we had seen before when Victoria locked down for a few days and all the other states was to prepare us for this big one. Yeah. I don't know why they haven't closed the border. The border community is a particularly tough one, particularly between New South Wales and Victoria, unlike a lot of other states, because you can close the border between WA and South Australia because you're in the middle of nowhere. But you've got people that live on either side of the border. They work on one side, they travel across to state lines and they work, and vice versa. And if you close that border, you make it virtually impossible for people to be able to go do their essential work. So I can see why they've been hesitant because of the fact that the border communities are very complicated. You've got Echuca and Moama, you've got Albury Wodonga. People live in Echuca and work in Moama. They could be a doctor in Moama but live in Echuca. How, if you close the border and you don't let anyone through, how do they get to work? Or like what happens in Albury, the hospitals in Wodonga, to go get medical treatment, they've got to go across the border into Wodonga. If you close that, you cut off a whole community from being able to get healthcare. So it's not just as simple as shut the border. Read. So yes, and Queanbeyan and Canberra, yes. So it's not just a matter of close the border because of the complications. Yes, you've got ACT New South Wales border too. So yeah, didn't stop from it before. I'm not defending. I'm not defending it. I'm just stating it as it was. I'm just stating fact. That's why. Oh. Oh, what's my PayPal link? Okay, I'll get it for you. Dom just sent me a Discord message that made no sense. Yeah. So for me, that's just fact, and I know somebody who works as a police officer on the border, and when New South Wales did close the border to Victoria this time last year, they were put under huge pressure, and it wasn't very nice. I'm not defending. I'm just you asked me why haven't they closed the border. I'm just explaining to you the complications of closing the border. I'm not defending anybody. So that's all. That's all. I've got an uncle that lives in Echuca, so he talks about the fact that he works in he's got to go to Moama. It's just that border, and even ACT, even Queanbeyan and New South Wales, there are complications with that border. As for why Queensland doesn't do it, I don't know. I have no idea. But if there's not a border town, they have no reason not to. And even, even you can do that in South Australia, Victoria. You can close off the border. You can do all of that, but you can't do it for. So I'm just answering the question that you wanted to know. But I can't. Yeah, that's all. I'm working on it. Poppy seeds. So that's why. Yeah. We still have a lot of toilet paper, gloves, masks, and yeah. But anyway, that's it. But again, that's my opinion. I don't know the answer. Yeah, we don't really want political debates. I don't really want political debates. I'm happy for you to disagree, but I really don't want. As I said, I like to call out an action. I don't like to do anything else like that. Now, so yeah. You're worried about losing your
Your coffee. All right, here we go. Finally, I found it. Okay, I had a request for my PayPal. Here it is. Finally, that's all right. You can talk about it, but I just don't want it to be a full blown debate because we're all going to have different views, and I'm not opposed to having. Hey, I love a good political debate, but I also we also understand that not everybody likes politics and a good debate. So anyway, now I remember when we had to go into lockdown, I went into my son's room who was asleep in bed and I said, I know that this isn't going to affect you, but we're going to be in lockdown for a week. He goes, oh, okay. Like he was in bed. Oh dear. All right. Did you get it, poppy seeds? All right. 42, 40. Okay, here is. Let's have a look at. This is one of Katie Joy's Twitter accounts. Between the two of them, as I said, someone counted 135. I think it was 135 was the count. It's probably been more than that. So it says too much pasta from the last lockdown. Well, you know what? We're going to get really busy tomorrow at our welfare because some of the shops have been running out of items and we reckon people are going to come looking for stuff. Anyway, so here today she starts naming. So let's see if I can get back to the start of the day. Probably have to go through about 1 million tweets. We have enough noodles. Oh, that's 14 hours ago. Oh, 14 hours ago. Hang on. We got to back. How far back do we have to go? And don't forget some of these things she's look, politics part of life. I understand that too. I'll just criticize everybody and everybody, particularly bad decisions. I went to lock us all for 2 weeks and then go away. I have my daughter's wedding 4 weeks. Bridal parties start, all lockdown states. Hasn't she rescheduled twice? Rosbell? So at the moment, I just want to warm up. Right. Here we go. 23 hours ago, people. Good morning. Please be nice. Twitter is an angry place and my heart hurts. 21 hours. I would like to thank Kay Baxter for being a host to a panel last night. She criticised me over the years, but she's not nasty. She treats people with respect and doesn't get into the weeds. Please don't send her hate for having that on. That's unfair. And we've got a Britney Spears post. She says she's grabbed one of EKC video, EKC's tweets and says the most abhorrent and disturbed YouTuber on the platform. Then she's got Steve and his crew released fake screenshots of me claiming to say terrible things about a child that passed away. He manipulated Leslie's friends into believing. I wrote them and sent a private TM to convince people I was evil, to get Leslie's permission to have them released. And then I agree, totally clueless. People have to stop encouraging that. Apparently she was back with some sock accounts today. Then he published the fake screenshots on his Facebook, stating as fact as I wrote these, he labelled me as evil callous. This is a lovely way to spend a Sunday, though, isn't it? He groomed his group to believe that I was a narcissistic personality.
that I had narcissistic personality disorder, and he diagnosed me by using big words that make no sense. We are used, in my opinion, to inflate his sense of ego. He continued on Twitter to call me emotionally vivacious, lacking maternal instincts, and called me a psychopath. Then encouraged his cult to call me out because it makes me mad. To this day, this cult does this. What? This troll minions began referring to my takedown as mission. Many call this it my day. I have screenshots like these for days. Also, Little Red did make one video about me. Her entire channel was built to spread Steve's narrative, and she was obsessed with him. So, oh, thank you, Poppy Seeds. Thank you. I just seen your, I've just got your PayPal, and you're going to make me cry. But thank you very much. I tell you what, the generosity of some of the people on this channel have just overwhelmed me, and I just cannot ever thank you enough. Well, see, Peter, you'd be one of the ones that would know all the history of it. Well, does that mean we're friends now, Poppy? Now that I know your proper name. It's funny. I'm starting to learn lots of people's names now, but that's okay, Poppy. Harrison, she's not very happy because he wasn't on the weekend because he hadn't spoken to. He told me he hasn't spoken to his girlfriend for a few weeks. He asks me every day, and how's Poppy Seeds going? I haven't spoken to her a while. I hope she's still my girlfriend. My mum asks all the time if KJ is an only child from a rich family. Yeah. You can dox me. The trolls minions referring to me as a mission. No, if I remember rightly, this is from the Facebook group. Well, I was watching Uni today, and I think he's blind. In my opinion, I think he's blinded by his hatred of Steve. That's what I get. That's the impression I get. Harrison is lucky I don't have a girlfriend. Yeah, no, Poppy. He takes there. He's got a thing for poppy seeds. Even when he has a muffin, you say, "What type of muffin do you want?" "Oh, I want one with poppy seeds because it reminds me of my girlfriend." Is Tina a threat? You decided. LMN directly speaking about these people she was working with. Now she refers to Chris, Sue M, Dottie, and Tina as her troops watching me. She directed Nat to speak to Tina. Sue, how does Sue M get into this? This is what I want to know. As in Poppy said. So I know Sue M did a video to debunk the fact that she was in there to show her stuff. So in order to pump Nat to speak to Tina, LMN called her the OG of Twitter, saying Tina came back for this, talked about the Facebook group Tina took over from Steve. Now, I have to tell you, these are screenshots. My question is, when I do a screenshot and I am sending it as evidence, you get the whole top of the the whole top of the screen right down the bottom. I may just take out the top of my, if it's on my phone. These are edited screenshots. I'm not saying they're not true. Don't say that I'm saying they're fake. I'm not saying they're fake. What I'm saying is that it's not the whole one. See, that's a bit more believable because it's the top of one. But I don't know whether half screenshots would be any good as evidence either. Mm-hmm. Actually, she's probably I think she's up Queensland way, I think. So she's on the other side of the country to me. But yeah, she's still closer to me. Yeah. Yeah, she's been trying to get all the information. But hasn't it been archived? This is my thing. Hasn't that been archived? All right. So that's one Twitter account. Hello, Darren. So, Sue M is awesome. She is near me. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, gal, but yes, I'm glad that you said it. All right. So now I've got to go back 20 hours. Attention, all. Poppies. I can't stay. So much misinformation. So best I not be in this chat so no one thinks I'm biased. No, I'm interested to. I just want to know what on earth is going on. Most people that I've heard have said, did Harrison? No, I don't think so. All right, so this is 23 hours ago. So it was 22 hours, 21 hours ago on the other one. This was 23 hours ago. So sometimes she was going between the two. So this is Brittany. So this one has a lot of Brittany on it. Brittany. That's another Brittany post. Steve's long history of harassment with me, a thread and a tiny fraction. She's done a retweet here. The people that will protest the evidence and try to discredit people involved are generally the most guilty. Pay attention to the ones screaming the loudest that Natalie and I are lying. They are trying to control a narrative and protect themselves. Then we've got the screenshots again. Katie Joy says here, and then she's retweeted herself. Here, I got Natalie's entire message history to Tina. I'll cut you. Tina consistently directs Natalie to give Erin information about me. Tina clearly did her best to limit the impression she had any involvement. Erin appeared to put out content for Natalie, LMN, and Tina. We need to, as a community, is to stop believing everything that we hear about someone, periods. Oh, I'm sorry. I just. It's amazing how adding one letter can change the word. Is she trying to tell us something? Sorry. I'll get back to being sensible now. Right. What we need as a community is to stop believing everything we hear about somebody. Periods. We need, as a community, to stop believing everything we hear about someone's periods. I should have laughed, but that's what it said.
Okay. All right. That's on that. Is that my new mug? What we need as a community is to stop believing everything we hear about someone, periods. This cult has proven over and over that they will go real life. Dox, threaten, harass, and manufacture evidence to hurt their targets. Stop giving them a platform. They have no credibility. If you co-sign their behaviour and have no problem with them doing this to others, know that they will turn on you and do it to you. My advice is to find a better hobby and stop trying to destroy people online for sport. All right. Oh, dear me. I have to stop reading what she actually says and read what she actually means, because what she's written is all right. I urge. Let's pick up sections from mugs. She may know when we ovulate, leave our periods. Oh, I laugh so hard. I have to read what she wrote. I urge all of you to stop engaging with Natalie. She is for sure inserting heavily into my life. Okay, I need to read. She is for sure inserting herself heavily into my life. I've seen enough today that she spoke to just about anyone about me to get her story out and hold me accountable for her fantasy world. She also got a lot of help. What does that mean? I got everything I wanted. She proved Erin, Tina, Dottie, Alamin, and Dustin all helped spread fake screenshots, accused me of crimes, and then reported them to the FBI. She's still talking to people. She literally sent Sally or whoever a text to prove that she was talking to me. And then she posted it like she had some breaking news. Oh, boy. I just asked for evidence that Tina was involved in her drama, and she was. I also got info on Alamin and Dottie, which is what I wanted to prove. That's it. Oh, boy. Well, thank you, Katie Joy, for the laugh today. Sorry to the gentleman. You guys, this is Natalie. Just block her. She's pretending we are friends. I asked her for evidence today. I wanted proof of Tina, Erin, Dottie's involvement, and I got to ignore her. She loves drama. Oh, boy. Oh. Hi there. Well, this is if she's making fake stock accounts, and this video is amazing. It explains how Steve picked a fight and went on year's harassment campaign against me. The visuals. Oh yes, I want to see you make a visual out of the other thing. Hello, Holade. Me today. Tina, Erin, Dottie, Natalie, Steve, Lil Red, LMN, Dustin, Kim, Mullen. You're all exposed. I have a new handle. Kim Mullen is a liar. And then this is her. This is what she's put. This is the picture she's got with it.
Now, she said on the stream that didn't work, that we lost, that we didn't watch all of the other day, that her son actually has deleted a whole pile of her screenshots because he doesn't like her having so many screenshots on her phone. And he just goes through and deletes them all. You're traumatized. I'm really sorry you're traumatized. Anyway, so that's that one. So then we get to Instagram. I think she was a bit quiet on Instagram today. I mean, I didn't show you all the retweets and all the comments. I didn't even show you all the full stuff. Oh. Ooh. Now, because yesterday she was criticising someone who was teaching their child to float, their baby to float. And it was pointed out to her that particularly in Australia, we teach them young to float. Oh, dear. Oh. Oh, but wait, there's more. I don't think so. I don't really know. I hope not. Her Instagram's mainly Brittany. Jenna, sweet tea. Oh, that has to go on our merch. Oopsies, here we go. Oh, what was the other one? Wasn't pregnancy a side effect? Remember when she said pregnancy was the side effect? We haven't heard from the men for a while. I think they've all been embarrassed. Sweet tea, us guys just don't get this. Or front hugs this. My son had his first swimming lesson at 2 months. Well, you'd be called a bad parent, Gail, because she had to go at one of the roll-offs for having their child learn. Will's happy to wear his uterus t-shirt. Oh, dear. Do you have blood? Actually, on the front, you have "you're worth more than your uterus." On the back, do you have blood on your hands? Oh, really? Well, apparently it's really hot there, she says. So let's look at this. Was this the one? Oh, it won't let me do it without logging in. All right, I'll do it through my account. All right. Oh, boy, that was funny. We're educating you boys. Oh, yes, front. We're worth more than our uterus, periods. All right. Oh, boy.
Oh, dear me. We're so funny. We're so funny. All right. So she says, I had a below ground pool. I had to work on it every single day. Every single day. It was hard. It was hard. Really hard work too. All right, this was the post yesterday. So, and people were calling her out. She says, at Audrey Roloff's new video has upset people. She's teaching him ISR, which is survival, but the program is highly controversial. The American Academy of Pediatrics does not endorse ISR because it lacks research. And some worry its method traumatizes children. There is no current research proving this technique saves lives. And then she's done, does the APP recommend infant swim classes? No. Because there is no evidence that infant swim programs for babies under 1 year old lower their drowning risk. And so she's saying, so that means that everybody in Australia is doing the wrong thing. We know, because she's saying that infants this age may show reflux swimming movements but can't yet raise their heads out of the water well enough to breathe. It's okay to enroll in a parent-child water play class to help your infant get used to being in the pool, though. This can be a fun activity to enjoy together. Always keep in mind that swim lessons are just one of the several important layers of protection needed to help to prevent drowning. Another layer includes constant focus and supervision when your child is near a pool or body of water. It's also essential to block access to pools during non-swim time. The Consumer Product Safety Commission found 69% of children under the age of 5 were not expected to be in the water at the time of drowning. But so anyway, I think in Australia, I think we just expect it to, because we live in Australia, we just automatically do it at a young age because we know that it's important. And if I remember when I first took my kids to swimming lessons, a lot of it was just water play, but in that it was a lot of floating work. Have been teaching babies to float for at least 10 years. Yeah. My kids were both taught to float. Well, they haven't fenced their pool, yeah. All right, so this is her. Then she did an Instagram live, which she titled Freda, and it was interesting because she's actually fairly happy. I watched some of it. Yeah, well, I mean, I think, again, in Australia, we learn to swim at school, again, because we have water, but hello, Winter Spurs. Yeah, I think we did invent floaties. And I mean, when I was in, where was it? Well, I was in, when I lived in Whyalla. We went on the beach. I learnt to do sailing. I did some sailing because, that's what your activities revolved around the water. Because it was always hot. It was in the middle of nowhere. It was always hot. So they did activities
around the beach. Oh, we invented the pool noodle? Cool. You know what? We invent all the good stuff. You know, we invented Wi-Fi, and yet ours is useless. Oh, dear me. So my cousins are lifeguards and all their babies. Most people start their, are lifeguards and start their baby. Also, they have instance. Well, it was interesting because she got a lot of comments telling her that she was wrong, and she was deleting them as quickly as they were being put there, because it was just crazy. Really, it was crazy. Yeah, it is sad, isn't it? Totally clueless. Didn't they also say that might have been the cause of V's headaches as well? Because he's had another lot of headaches. I found that Todd had put on his Instagram about V having some headaches. So I said it's really bizarre. Yeah, that's right. It's like telling the Swiss, you are right. All right. So something that I've come across tonight. Let me show you something. I don't know that I'm gonna. So I call them the. I don't know who else is going to be there, but there is something on Steve McRae's channel tomorrow. 2 more to go. Oh, you are doing a premiere, are you, Dom? Yeah, I need to sub to his channel too. I sub to everybody's channel. Doesn't mean I'm going to watch them. I'll just sub. Yeah. All right. So this is scheduled. I want to just show you this. This is a bit interesting. This may answer questions, or it may leave you more confused. Poppy, I'm going to have to put you on. I'm going to have to put you in as sub duties for this one because I won't be available. I'm actually having to volunteer. Tomorrow's my volunteer day. So it's FBI and Katie G. Paulson, and on the LAM equals Open Creator Summit. Apparently, so this is what he's written. Apparently, while I was on vacation, Tina and I have been hunted by the FBI, CIA, NSA, NASA, PGA, EPA, AAA, and countless other organizations. Being a criminal masterminds behind all the evils on the internet. Hi, Vedandra. And of course, there must be an inordinate. Is it Wednesday? No, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh, it's Wednesday. Thank you. Thank you, Poppy says. I thought it was tomorrow. I was getting excited. Oh, I'll be home Wednesday. I'll be still in lockdown. All right. Poppy seeds. We'll have to set a Discord date for 10 o'clock Wednesday. Anyway, so this is Wednesday our time. It's scheduled for the all right. Sorry, I'll go back to my box. All right. Evidence and of course there must be an inordinate amount of evidence to support these allegations, right? Let's find out. If you're a content creator or subscriber, and if you have questions, Cheshire, Tina, Erin, Claire, and others will show you how to ask the critical questions, as well as provide you examples of how people manipulate their followers, such as WOACB affidavit to the court, not matching any evidence she provided to the court, as well as the reasons for the NDA, which was to protect her image, not for her safety, as she claims. This channel will not allow any accusations without some type of reasonable evidence to support them. Supposition is fine if stated as such. Even visceral gut feelings would be fine if they are stated they are unjustified and without evidence, if one just wants to give pure opinion. Facts, however, require evidence, not a mere bare opinion. Please let everyone know this will be open mic, but I'll probably put subscribers only chat to minimize trolling. So this is on Wednesday. So this is going to be either, this is either going to answer questions or it's going to make it worse. I just put a like on it, just why not? So I'm not sure. I don't know what is going to be uncovered, but I've noticed that there hasn't been a lot of movement. I mean, Erin was on a panel last night defending herself. My money's on Make It Worse, says Poppy Seeds. The greatest poop show on earth, says Will. It's going to be very interesting indeed. You think it will make it worse for KJ, Princess Jax? But I don't know. They've written it in, I think they're using sarcasm to say they're going to show you how and they're talking about they're going to show you how to manipulate people, which I don't think it is, but they're going to show you the facts. This is on Steve McRae's channel. Steve McRae. Yeah. Oh, really? Without a lawyer? Oh. Ozbel. Oh no, created a monster, Ozbel. Ozbel and I've been talking about crickets, the machines, and so this is on Wednesday. Amelia? What's Amelia? I just think of the DMs chats that will go on before this live got scheduled. They must be wild. I reckon there's lots. Oh, yes. I reckon the DMs and the chats would be wild. So anyway, he's just put himself on a sheep outside every. Yeah, so that's that's Wednesday. So is that Tuesday night for the? Oh yeah, so it's live in 35 hours. Okay, I need to learn to read. So Steve McRae has actually posted some stuff on Twitter regarding it. See if I can find. I don't think I. I think it's just very problematic to be just putting people's names. Oh, really? There are still sheeps everywhere? Just to be putting people's names out. If they're proven innocent, if these people that have been called out are innocent, do you think that they will sue? And the other thing is that Natalie has been using a whole pile of stock accounts today. Why would she need to do that? I don't understand that point either. So these are all the things that are going through my head. No one's suing anything at the moment, Alberta. What I'm saying is, if all these people are innocent, should they sue? I think it's malicious. All right, so this is... All right, so we've got here... all right, so first of all, Steve starts with hashtag Steve was right about the narc alert, looks at Katie Joy. Then it's got KJ accusing Steve of directing LMN. He says, evidence please, I've not used Instagram in a year, but Katie somehow proved that it was my Instagram talking to Nat. Doesn't have any screenshots she can share. Says the account was hacked and the evidence deleted. I am more concerned about the complete idiots that are even remotely buying into this. If you're one of those people, please join us on Tuesday, 8 p.m. EDT. I do really want to hear from you if you believe any of this. Then he says, evidence. What, uni lied? And then Aaron wrote, Salt's confirmed with me, he said, and shared nada with uni. Uni Rock obsessed with Steve comes back around KJ as the NDA expires. Suddenly Steve gets blamed by KJ and Uni and no one else. No LE. And let's not forget this screenshot right after KJ was booted from Uni's Discord. I have to say, the timing, considering now that the NDA has expired, I do find it a bit weird that now all of a sudden the names come back about. There were name claims tonight that certain people made CSA. Oh, yeah. So there's lots of stuff coming out. And again, everybody's talking, and then people say, well, I can't show proof because it's with the police. Well, or with the FBI. Well, don't talk then. The other thing that I noticed, that Kay took her video down to edit it. And for me, that's a little bit suspect as well. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Kay, but you have to have the whole thing there. What has KJ done now? She's just calling out lots of other people. Now, she said she took the worst parts of what KJ said out, but I think they need to stay there. I really think you have to show everything into context. What she could do is she could put a trigger warning on it. But unfortunately, yes, apparently Kay's edited her live poppy seeds. And because they say YouTube doesn't like it. When they say YouTube doesn't like it, it means that it's been demonetized. For me, if I'm telling a story and it gets demonetized, I don't care because the story is more important than the monetization. Oops, sorry, Alberta. Whoopsies. She had to edit out, yeah, but I think if you put a trigger warning there, you need to put a trigger warning in there. But I think because that really, to me, that shows KJ at her finest. Even in her Instagram live, when she edited out to live, yes, it's removed the chat as well. That's right. So the whole conversation's been lost. That's all right, Alberta. That's fine. Ralph just, yeah. But yeah, the whole conversation's gone as well. I know it was explicit violence on the trial. Yes. Well, the other part is you can also mute that section. You can actually mute it so it's still in. Or you can beep it out. I don't agree with editing the videos. But anyway. Plus, in my opinion, she could edit more than what was problematic and add to it. Well, that's the other thing too. I think if we're talking about, it also means that that video can't be used as evidence because it's altered. So, oh dear. Again, that's just my opinion. I mean, it wasn't my stream, wasn't my decision, and that's something that Kay's done. But a lot of people did say in her comments that they wanted to see the unedited version because they felt it was important. A lot of people were saying we want to see it. So it was gross. Yeah, it was gross. A lot of the chats today I was in were gross too, to be honest with you. I thought she was going to... Well, see, bleeping parts out would be fine. I don't have a problem with bleep. I don't know what she decided to. She just said that she was... I just saw on her community post that she was going to edit the video. So I don't know what she did. I have to check. I have to go check every one of my chats is there. And also, that chat could be very, very important as well, particularly if anything comes from it. Because if Nat was advised, it was said at the start that Nat was advised legally not to talk, and then she talked. And then she talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. However, that transcript could be very, very important to see what she said and if there was any type of coercion or anything involved in what she said. And Unirock today talked about manipulation of the questioning that occurred. I did watch that. I'm not a fan of Unirock, but when you're in lockdown and you're looking for something to watch, you go to whoever's live. He just happened to be live. I didn't agree with everything he said, but he did talk about the questions he felt were a little bit manipulative. Of course, everyone wants their money off it, and that's the point. That's the thing that I don't like, Shelley, either. It's not a topic to have money made from. So, but you are right. You are right, Shelley. It's what people are going to talk about. Nat never shut up. People tried to help her. She made 3 more sock accounts. Who is watching this? Well, that's right. She made 3 more. She made 3 more sock accounts, and that's the problem. All those people jumping on panels talked to Nat KJ wanted clout and another 5 minutes. Of course they did. Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, Unirock has been going through K-Bax's stream, and he's on to his second. He's done another 4-hour stream, and it's not even halfway through yet. So we know that there were several people that tried to get her newest tweets ironic. Is that the one about blocking Nat or something? Or she just tweeted now. Yeah, I know that Unirock's got a copy. So there are probably proper full copies out there, but as I said, they may need to be done. And that is nothing about Nat. That is a thirst for people wanting this. I think the whole lockdown stuff has set people crazy. People are just looking for something to do. Actually, who was it? Did I hear it? I heard it on Ren's stream, actually. Well, I was watching Ren's stream again. Not somebody I would normally watch, but I wanted it live. And somebody said all the soapies have been axed, or they haven't been running because of COVID, and people are looking for their own drama. No, see, I'm the same as you, Marilyn. I don't like it either. I mean, why is the FBI bothering if it's already been solved? You know, why? Yeah, it's like an interactive soap drama. Yeah. That's why people are so invested in the Tuddy, Tuddy suing Katie. Because of the fact that it was some drama and some excitement to spice up the life. That's all it is. And remember, this is just my opinion. Do not take it as fact. You need to come up with your own conclusions. I just put it out there. But I think a lot of this has to do with everyone being bored at home. Hey, I could clean my house. But it's a lot more fun doing this. Poppy seeds, that actually is probably more of the truth. Poppy seeds could be there's not enough proof to go after them criminally, so she's settling for public shaming. That actually makes proper sense, because and remember, with the lawsuit she just came out of, Tardy won the court of public opinion, even though they settled. So, Salt's tweeted today too, actually. Let me find his... Salt's tweeted today because he actually tweeted that people's imaginations were getting the better of them. And he did not know he had not heard of any of the theories that had come out of it. So again, that's weird. Is Michael Salt's not saying anything because he doesn't know, or is he subtly saying to people, back off? Now let me just try and find the... Let me find the comment that I saw it in. Because people have been tweeting him, and where are we? Oh yeah, here it is. And he did actually tweet Unirock's in that thread. So let's go back. Oh yes, here we go. So it says, it's based on this. Nat Tardy Westbrook lawsuit drops the bombs too. It's in here, right? And he goes, what? Where did that information come from? cool. First art print I created just got delivered. Oh, cool. There is a lot of misinformation out there, too much to address. So there's all these things that have been deleted. He's saying, by whom? I think everyone is letting their imaginations run wild. I've not heard anything of the sort, is what he's saying. So I don't know whether he's debunking it. I don't know whether, but there's lots of stuff that's been erased. But he just said, what? Where did this information come from? So anyway, but he's saying there's a lot of misinformation out there and too much to address. So he obviously is not. I don't know what to make of that, but I'm thinking that he's telling people to butt out. I think. I'll see if I can do it in. Where's our legal expert? Is that what he's saying, poppy seeds? Yep, he's telling people to shut up. Oh, yeah, I think so. Lots of misinformation. And it's just fun. And remember, Uni has said that he's spoken to Michael Saltz and they've been talking. So why would Michael Saltz go? I'm going to find I'm going back to it now. So the original tweet was in reaction to something from Unirock. So here it is again. So Unirock, so I'll go through it again. Unirock posted a periscope that says, Nat Tardy Westbrook lawsuit bombs too. To which he said, what? Where did that information come from? But I don't know what these are, but they're saying that it's an account that no longer exists anyway. And then says, there is a lot of misinformation out there, too much to address. By whom? I think everybody is letting their imaginations run wild. I have not heard of anything of the sort. However, what was really interesting, Katie Joy in her Instagram live was really subdued, and you can't help but wonder whether she got. Yes, they were. Although that was one of my theories too, Poppy Seeds. I was just trying to that was one of my speculations as well. I went, oh yeah, everyone else is speculating. I'll come up with my own theory. Yeah, so everything is pure speculation, but you're right. So, yeah. Anyway. Uni was saying at one point that Nat was going to be on this channel at some point as well, but I don't think that was going to happen. I think everyone's told Nat to. Well, yes, I do too. No, Nat should not be on any social media. And I did hear someone make a good point when she said that she overhanded all the social media. Somebody did say, did that include all the stock accounts? Someone asked Nat if it was sponsored, and she went silent, but yes and no to other questions. Oh, you're keeping your mouth shut without a lawyer. That's okay.
The other thing that I wanted to know, does anyone know what happened to Waxy and Charlotte? Because I don't really know. I only know about the doxing of Charlotte from Raken. That's way back, but other than that, I haven't heard anything else. And I have to admit, Charlotte generally goes live in my early mornings, and I'm usually out and about doing stuff at that time, so I don't always see her streams. Does anyone know that? Because from what I can work out, a lot of people aren't sure. And I've heard, but you can't put. You see, I've heard bits and pieces, and I can't put it together either. I've heard a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Yeah. So when Kay was saying that she'd privated the video and she was going to edit it, I was just wondering, do we know what happened with them? Because Waxy was apparently not nice by looking by Erin, but that was from. Oh, was it? Is that Waxy was apparently not called not nice looking by Erin, but that was from uni. Okay. I think the hate crimes is going to be. Well, somebody did point out that if Kay edited the video, the live chat will be gone, which means that a lot of the claims that people are making their allegations from will be gone. So there's a whole lot of evidence going to be disappeared. Have they been? Yes, I don't know. There's lots of. I think, didn't Charlotte get emails as well? See, I knew Charlotte got some stuff, but I didn't know what Waxy got. I think the whole live chat will be gone. Waxy said they were silence, no receipts, though apparently she has them. Okay. All right. Yeah, the whole chat will be gone from what I can understand. If you edit the video, the whole chat, because what happens is when you edit the video, it treats it as if it's a whole new video. So even all your views and everything disappear, and it starts again. It resets them. Oh, Charlotte was doxed 3 times. She's taking a break. Okay. I knew she was taking a break, Tracy. I just didn't know what was going. I just didn't know what was going on. It's really interesting when I have all the time in the world, nothing happens, and as soon as I start to get busy, I can't keep up with it. So nothing is really deleted from the internet. No, nothing is really deleted from the internet. You are correct. So we'll see. I guess we just have to see what tomorrow brings. Well, she said because YouTube doesn't like it. But the only time that I know that people would edit the video because I can't keep up. You're right, Jenna. There were people that said that there's people that said that Katie deliberately used all of those words to ensure the video wouldn't get monetized because she probably used every single word that YouTube doesn't like in somebody else's stream.
But I think if you put a trigger warning and you put a warning up before it, I just think because of the allegations that came out of it. Yeah, I think because of the allegations that were made in the chat and on the stream, it needs to be preserved in its entirety. That's all. But again, that's just my opinion. Oh, I need to show you something. Just got reminded. Thank you, Twitter, for reminding me. I wanted to show you an ad. I'm going to show you an ad to finish up with. So we have some horrible ads in Australia for vaccinations. And that's all right. I think Poppy was having discussions about doxing in another stream, wasn't it, Poppy Seeds? You were having a discussion about what stream were you in then? As I said, we've been following each other. I've been following her around. We were talking because it was about if you have your name as your PayPal and you give out your PayPal account, which you can't then complain if somebody uses your name. Or if you use your first name. And then we get to that grey area about Facebook and Twitter, but yes, but Poppy would be the best one to ask about that. So what does everybody else think? When is a dox not a dox? Need to go to YouTube. But yeah, so if I didn't have my name there, but I put my PayPal address, which has my full name on it, I then can't accuse you all of doxing me because I put it onto because I've given it all to you. I couldn't say it was a dox then because I essentially doxed myself. Your name is out there, but not your address. Someone tracks you down. I'd call that a dox. Yeah, I think so. That's what I would say, totally clueless. I mean, and if you're using a pseudonym for whatever reason, and people use pseudonyms for different reasons, it's like, for example, totally clueless. If I then went and told your first name, then, that would be a dox if I knew it. Well, see, that's hear no evil, sorry. That is wrong. And I'm not condoning that. That should not have happened. That's wrong. That is wrong. Well, that's the thing. I know people talk about Facebook, but it depends if you've got a public page, I think, or a public Facebook. I think it's open slather. But if you've got it closed, I think then that's. My name is actually in Discord though, Joe. Oh, I haven't even paid much attention. Totally clueless. Oh, dear me. But I know Katie Jo keeps saying that she was doxxed, but she forgets to state that her business details she used was her home address and everything, and that was on her page for so long, on her About Me page, her email and that. That's not a dox if it's on your YouTube channel. So, all right. So to finish up, I'm going to finish up here. But this was, I found this. This was so one of the. This is something that the arts industry put together, because the arts industry, of course, has been one of the hardest hits, and that's the industry that I'm in. And I saw this today, and it actually brought a tear to my eye. I must be getting old. Just don't tell a person's private info, even if it's public. Well, that's right. But if you say it, it's different. So this is called Performance of a Lifetime, a Message from the Victorian Arts Community. So you plan to create. Come on, broadband. Come on, internet. And don't forget, Katie Jo ran a competition where she gave out her email address to everybody and then complained that it got out. Come on, internet. There we go.
Dear Victoria, we know it's been hard stuck inside for COVID lockdowns. It's been hard for us too.
Performing at home just isn't the same.
Every week, Victoria's arts community comes together to give you the performance of a lifetime.
And now it's your turn. We need you to come together and get vaccinated as soon as you're eligible to give us the performance of a lifetime.
This isn't just about you as an individual soloist.
Some people can't get a vaccine, so it's an ensemble effort to make sure they're protected too. You can call a hotline or go online to make a booking.
Then jump in the queue.
And bring something to keep you entertained while you wait.
Let's go backstage.
You just check in, get your vaccine.
Okay, all done.
And it's time for a 15-minute interval in the observation bay. Et voila!
It's normal to get nervous before giving the performance of a lifetime.
So if you're feeling unsure about getting vaccinated, chat to your GP and they can help you get the facts.
Because some of the stuff you read online has some pretty massive plot holes.
While things might seem okay right now,
They're pretty carefully balanced, so let's not get complacent.
let's give COVID its final curtain call.
And go back to what we love most.
Bringing you the best art
Performance?
And entertainment.
from around Australia and the world.
So thank you, Victoria, from the bottom of our hearts.
We can't wait to give you a standing ovation.
For your performance of a lifetime.
So that was the ad that the arts community put together to really encourage people to go get vaccinated. What do you reckon? Do you feel inspired? Oh dear, I really liked that. It was very cleverly done. I really liked how they had the opera singer singing the high note. Singing the high note as they were getting the jab. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day and night. And so thank you for joining me. Thank you for all of those that have PayPal'd me and super chatted me this last month. Very much appreciated. You have no idea. Oops, I got political again. Mr. Obvious, did you just dox yourself? Oh dear. Right. Good night, everybody, and I'll catch you tomorrow.